You found the STIHL National Championship Air Races presented by Reno Tahoe.
Tommy, we're about to see the fastest class on the race course here in just a few minutes. Jet Heat 1A. We just introduced them a few seconds ago. And let's talk a little bit about the airplanes. You know, there's no swept wings allowed, no afterburners. They have to be a production jet aircraft. The ejection seats, if they have them, are disarmed this week while they're here. A lot of them have two seats. These Aerovoda Hody L29s and L39s have two seats in them. They were trainers originally, but the back seat is oftentimes taken clear out for weight. But if it does have the ejection seat in the aircraft still, even in the front, it's disarmed for the racing. Now, they can hold up to 200 gallons of fuel per race, and we have some safety regulations like we do in every class, but because we're going so fast in these airplanes, they're limited to 525 miles per hour maximum, but we still have that 50-foot minimum altitude, and in portions of the course near the stands as you finish, the last few pylons head towards the home straightaway, and the home pylon we're limited to 250 feet. And I've talked to some racers before, like Hoot Gibson, the former astronaut, was telling me that really is the tightest part of the course. As you come around those last couple pylons and you're squished down to a top altitude and a minimum altitude, you're doing your top speed, you're trying to stay concentrated, you're often wing to wing or tip to tip with another airplane. He said that is the place where it really takes a lot of concentration. And if you can imagine, it's got to have that all the way around the race course going at 500 miles an hour, but even more so right there.
You got to have a feeling that all of our overperforming, overachieving pilots here have a greater level of concentration, natural level of concentration than the average Joe.
Yeah,
guys like me, for instance, right
yeah,
now.
Absolutely. You can hear a little bit of the conversation going on the radio here in the background. What the aircraft are doing is they're all formed up on the pace plane like we saw in the graphic. They're lining up to the right. The key place is to be that pole position. You're immediately next to the pace plane. They're going to all line up straight line abreast. And remember, as they enter the course, they're going to go straight down. They have to stay in their lane. They can go out in front of each other if their jet can get faster than their neighbor, but they can't get out of that lane until they get to the guide pylon, which is out there on the hill in number one, and they make that left turn, and then the race is on, Tommy.
Yeah, that guide pylon, about 2.5, 3 miles in a straight line from here. Our vantage point, which is basically the grandstand area.
And interestingly enough, our fastest qualifier and some of the others in this way, we have L29s. They're actually the older of the two aircraft, built by the same company, but the L39 was a more advanced trainer that came out later. And you can see them on the screen here as they're headed down into the chute, Tommy.
Coming on here, getting ready to go. They'll get to that guide pylon out there, and the race will be underway. 6 laps, 46 miles plus.
And it looks like that ever-important pole position for race 24. Pete Zaccanino, our defending champion, multi-time champion. You can see him out front there in race 29, but 777 Alexander Ekman right behind him in the Red Thunder.
Yeah, those two neck and neck as they head down in and get immediately into it. The first of our 6 laps right here. Pete Zaccanino, we've also seen him fly a different brand of jet here. We've seen him fly a de Havilland Vampire here.
So there you get a great shot of the first floor airplanes as they come over the pylon. What a great sound, Tommy, to hear those jet engines come by. And there you see them roll out. Our battle for second place, wow, it is really, really close between race 7-7 and race 777. That's Ekman and Stavridis in 7-7. Battle for second, third, really, really tight right now. And Pete Zaccanino, he's not out of the woods, but he's out front just a little bit, Tommy.
Absolutely, keeping it low here in the first half of this racetrack here, this racetrack in the sky. There's so much experience does this pilot have here on this particular race course. Such a winning tradition.
And our leader continues to be race 24 and Pete Zaccanino. They make their way down through the final few turns on the farthest northernmost part of the course, and now they're headed into the Valley of Speed, Tommy, where they can level the wings momentarily and just accelerate and make their way back towards the home pylon.
Zaccanino continuing to inch away from race 777 and race 77. It gets a little confusing here. Our second and third place qualifiers. They have not lost touch with him, though. We can say that. They've still got a shot. No question about it.
First, second, and third, Tommy, are really kind of settling in now. You see the speed starting to match in race 77. Pete Stavridis is really kind of fallen back just a little bit, and I think part of that is Alexander Ekman has found some speed, and he's beginning to pace our leader a little bit. He's definitely matching him. That race for second and third really is a good one, and we just talked about race 77. Pete Stavridis kind of settling in, but look at this. He's making his way down low, and he's gaining a little speed. Now, the camera's a little deceiving. He's definitely not cutting under him there a little bit, but they are side by side as they're rolling out into the valley of speed out there.
He would have to be outside of him to pass, as we mentioned multiple times today, and that's just one of the things that keeps it safer here. Terrific race, though. He keeps putting the pressure on Ekman.
Yeah, absolutely. And part of what he's doing there, Tommy, is he's trying to get some clean air just a little bit below and outside so his jet can accelerate. But there you see all three of them on the screen here as they come with our leader, race 2-4 out front.
Already into lap number 4 of our 6 laps right now, Jets. Newsflash, Jets run fast.
Yeah, absolutely.
The headline we have right now.
Clearly the fastest class on the course, and this is our 1A gold level pairing. And there's a jump of our, a leader, race 2-4, Pete Zaccanino, and he really has got that L29 moving today, Tommy.
That is the defending aircraft, defending pilot, gold class from 2019.
In our initial qualifying, he was the only aircraft to go over 500 miles an hour, and he's showing us here today he's actually starting to stretch out his lead over that great battle for second and third. You see it on your screen there, the battle between race 777 and race 77. The 777 is the red and white Red Thunder L39, and then there's our leader nice and low. Let's listen to him go over our pylon cam. Tommy, I just love those pylon cam shots where you're out there in the desert and our viewers at home get to see what it's like for these racers going low 500 miles an hour over the desert at 50 feet.
It absolutely takes your breath away in person, and this is the next best thing right here. We're getting to be far closer to these planes than anyone in the grandstands are, that's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're watching this at home or on your phone or wherever, you're getting the best view in the house right now. And that battle for second is really, really tough. You can see Pete Stavridis is just right in Ekman's back door. He's in his hip pocket all the way around.
White flag being waved at all of our contestants right now. Everyone's entering their final lap of our 6 laps in Jet Heat 1A.
And our leader continues to be there on your screen, Pete Zaccanino in race 2-4 in that L29 Delphin. Beautiful airplane. There's the battle on the course right now, Tommy. That continues to be the battle for second.
Ekman of Brazil, Stavridis, military pilot from Virginia Beach, Virginia. Both of them terrific at their jobs here, and both of them have excelled through the years.
And what's cool, you get to see here the red and white L39 is the newer, the younger airplane, and the L29 catching him from behind.
Checkered flag.
Checkered flag for our leader, our unofficial winner, Pete Zaccanino from Park City, Utah, the winner of Jet Heat 1A.
And Tommy, you saw on the screen there, you saw the battle for second, and Pete Stavridis in 77. He really tried to go low. He was trying to get every micro ounce of speed that he could get. He almost caught him, but not quite. Looks like unofficially that Ekman was able to hold him off.
Fell a tiny bit short. Some great racing in the first Jet Heat 1A, the gold class Jets showing off big time.
And this is Jeff Turney finishing his last half of the last lap out there. You can see him on the screen there. What a beautiful paint job on the Robin 1, race 5-4. This is an L39. You can see
landing runway.
Coming around pylon 7, 8, and 9.
Say again, runway clearly, please. Runway 08. Covering 08. Thank you.
Look at that view, Tommy, as he brings that beautiful L39 around to finish his race. That's Jeff Turney right here in Reno, Nevada. What a great job. Great heat all the way around, Tommy.
Terrific. Great way to start the gold class off on their quest for 2021 gold. That's what it's all about here at the STIHL National Championship Air Races. A little ovation from the fans here. These crowds will build, continue to build up to the weekend, all the way through the weekend. As we take a look at this race, it started out Pete Zaccanino, is you can't go wire to wire if you don't start out with a lead, and he did that.
Yeah, absolutely. So vital to get that pole position and have that short inside track. And Pete was able to hold everybody off the whole way. There was a great battle, though, right behind him with Alexander Ekman in 777 and Pete Stavridis in 77. There you can see it there. At times it was wingtip to wingtip, and Stavridis did his best to catch him. And it just goes to show you the pilot and the skill from Alexander Ekman and his ability to just stay out front in two very, very closely matched airplanes. The best head-to-head closed-circuit pylon racing you're ever going to see. And right here in Reno, Nevada, we've got it all. The only place on the planet for the fastest motorsport on the world.
Pete Zaccanino continued to up the ante, race just a little bit, although after about the fourth lap, everything sort of stabilized. The differentials became kind of locked in.
It did, right up until the end, especially that battle for second. You know, with the Stavridis really made a play for it here at the end as the race finished. But here's the checkered flag for our winner, Zaccanino. Great job by him. He wire to wire took the lead there. And there you see 77 nice and low in the black airplane. There's a great shot of the can and the pylons here in Reno, and there's our unofficial finishers, Tommy.
That's right. Unofficial Pete Zaccanino grabbing for some more gold this time around in 2021 and off to a great start. Just lucky. Race number 777, Alexander Ekman outdueling Pete Stavridis, race 77. Aaron Hogue, race 29 in fourth place. Jeff Durney coming in fifth place in race 54. And Bob McCormick right here in Reno, race number 1 in sixth place.
You're watching the STIHL National Championship Races presented by Reno Tahoe. You'll find the full show on Fox FS2 and FS1 from February